The power of play.
Hello! If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications on new videos.
Let's go!
Hello Playdoh and Anatomy fans! Today we're going to learn all about the main organs and some extras of the human body. We will be doing this with the Playdoh Anatomy set. So firstly, here is the Playdoh Operation box. And here is the back of the box. And it gives you lots of ideas of what you can do with this toy. So the set includes this figure with a hollowed out space and a rolling pin. It also comes with this syringe. It also comes with this little roller cutter. The set also includes this plastic scalpel which has bacteria and tapeworm moulds on. The set also comes with these tweezers and a kidney-shaped mould. It has plenty of different moulds of medical-related things and random silly things like butterflies and frogs. So you can play however you like. But today we're going to be learning all about the organs. So first up, we're going to make... There are two kidneys in the human body, each about the size of a fist, located on either side of the spine at the lowest level of the rib cage. It is also possible to live with just one kidney. Most people with one kidney live healthy normal lives with little to few problems. Kidneys are a special filter system for our body. Kidneys remove waste products from the blood and produce urine. Kidneys control the levels of many substances in the blood and also help control your blood pressure. Next is the pancreas. The pancreas is a leaf-shaped organ tucked under the liver. It is close to the gallbladder, stomach and bowel. The pancreas is an organ and a gland. Glands are organs that produce and release substances in the body. The pancreas performs two main functions. One being that it produces substances, or enzymes, that help with digestion, and the other being that it sends out hormones that control the amount of sugar in our bloodstream. It is also possible to live without a pancreas. However, without your pancreas, you will not be able to digest your food without taking a pancreatic enzyme replacement. Next, we're going to create the gallbladder. Our gallbladder is located in the upper right part of our abdomen, sitting just under our liver. The gallbladder stores bile, a thick liquid that's produced by the liver to help us digest fat. You can also lead a perfectly normal life without a gallbladder. Your liver will still make enough bile to digest your food, but instead of being stored in the gallbladder, it drips continuously into our digestive system. Next, we're making the spleen. The spleen has some important functions. It fights invading germs in the blood, it controls the level of blood cells, and it filters the blood and removes any old or damaged red blood cells. The spleen is a fist-sized organ in the upper left side of our abdomen, next to our stomach and behind our left ribs. It is an important part of our immune system, but you can also survive without it as the liver can take over for many of the spleen's functions. Next, we're going to make the heart. You can either use this little mould shape or use the mould that comes with the set. We're making a cartoon-shaped heart, however the heart actually looks like the image in the right-hand corner. Our heart is located between our lungs in the middle of our chest, behind and slightly to the left of our breastbone, called the sternum. It is the muscle at the centre of our circulation system. It pumps blood around our body as our heart beats. This blood sends oxygen and nutrients to all parts of our body and carries away unwanted carbon dioxide and waste products. The heart beats about 100,000 times per day, about 3 billion beats in a lifetime. An adult heart beats 60 to 80 times per minute, and newborn's heart beats faster than adult hearts, about 70 to 190 beats per minute. It also pumps approximately 2,000 gallons of blood a day. Next, we're making the small intestine, so I'm going to roll out a very long, thin piece of pink Play-Doh and bunch it all together in a wiggly shape. The small intestine is coiled inside the lower abdomen cavity beneath the stomach. The principal function of the small intestine is to break down food, absorb nutrients needed for the body, and get rid of the unnecessary components. It also plays a role in the immune system. Although the small intestine is narrower than the large intestine, it's actually the longest section of our digestive tube. It measures about 22 feet, or 7 meters on average, or 3.5 times the length of an average adult. Next, we're going to do the large intestine with some lighter pink Play-Doh and the little piping tube that was included with the set. The large intestine is around the small intestine. Your large intestine is about 5 feet or 1.5 meters long. So not quite as long as the small intestine, but still quite large. The large intestine has 3 primary functions: absorbing water and electrolytes, producing and absorbing vitamins, and forming and propelling waste towards our bottom for elimination. And we've placed it just around the smaller intestines there. Next up, we are going to make the stomach. Our stomach sits in our upper abdomen on the left side of our body. The top of the stomach is connected to our esophagus, and the bottom is connected to the small intestine. Your stomach is a muscular organ that digests food. It is part of your gastrointestinal GI tract. When your stomach receives the food, it contracts and produces acids and enzymes that break down the food. When your stomach has broken this down, it passes on to your small intestine. Next up, we're going to make the liver. The liver is located in the upper right-hand portion of the abdominal cavity, beneath the diaphragm, and on top of the stomach, right kidney, and intestines. Shaped like a cone, the liver is a dark reddish-brown organ that weighs about 3 pounds and is our second largest organ. All the blood leaving the stomach and intestines passes through the liver. The liver processes this blood and breaks it down, balances, and creates the nutrients, and also metabolizes drugs into forms that are easier to use for the rest of the body or that are non-toxic. And there we have the liver. Next up, we're going to make the lungs. Our lungs are on each side of our heart, inside our chest cavity. They are the main organs of the respiratory system. The right lung is divided into 3 lobes or sections, and the left lung is divided into 2. When you inhale or breathe in, air enters our lungs and oxygen from that air moves into our blood. At the same time, carbon dioxide, a waste gas, moves from our blood to the lungs and is exhaled or breathed out. Your left lung is smaller than your right lung to accommodate for the heart, and 70% of waste is eliminated through our lungs just by breathing. Next, we're going to make the bladder with the mould that came with the set. Our bladder is a triangle-shaped, hollow organ and is located in our lower abdomen. It is held in place by ligaments that are attached to other organs and the pelvic bones. The bladder has 2 main functions, which are storage and emptying of urine. The bladder maintains continence by delaying and controlling urination so that the average person urinates 4 to 8 times per day, with a typical bladder capacity. Next, we're going to also cover bones, because it has a little hollow out shape in his leg. You can use a bone mould or the wiggly bone mould that comes with the set. Bones, or our skeleton, is our body's supportive structure. It gives our body its shape, allows movement, makes blood cells, provides protection for all our organs and stores minerals. A baby has about 300 bones at birth, and these eventually fuse and grow together to form the 206 bones that an adult have. Some of the baby's bones are made up entirely of a special material called cartilage. So next, even though it doesn't have a little space for it, we're just going to quickly cover the brain. The brain is located at the top of our head inside our skull. The brain is a complex organ that controls thought, memory, emotion, touch, motor skills, vision, breathing, temperature, hunger, and pretty much every process that regulates our body. Together, the brain and the spinal cord that extends from it make up the central nervous system. So now we have all the main organs in our little patient here. We're going to cover it with some peach Play-Doh and press it down into the mould to represent his stomach, and then we'll cut off all the excess pieces. Our skin is our largest organ. It provides a protective barrier against mechanical, thermal and physical injury and hazardous substances. It prevents loss of moisture, reduces harmful effects of UV radiation, and it also acts as a sensory organ such as touch and detects temperature. It is an immune organ to detect infections, etc. The skin is primarily made up of 3 layers. The upper layer is the epidermis, and the layer below the epidermis is the dermis. And the third and deepest layer is the subcutaneous tissue. The epidermis, the outermost layer of our skin, provides a waterproof barrier and contributes to our skin tone. Our skin sheds 30,000 skin cells a minute and accounts for up to 10 to 15% of our body weight. It renews itself every 28 days, and our skin is also home to more than 1,000 species of bacteria. Now that we've finished putting our patient together, we're going to use this tool to mark out where we're going to put an incision, so we can play like the old-fashioned operation game and take all the organs out. Now we're using the scalpel that came with the set as well. And then I'm just going to peel back the skin we just made to expose his organs. Then when I take the organs out again, we will go through each one and see if we can remember the names of all the organs. So we're going to get the tweezers and then go through every single one of the organs. So the first is the bone, technically not an organ. Next we have the heart. Next up we have the bladder. Then both the small intestine and large intestine. Next up we have the lungs. Next we have the stomach. Our next organ is the liver. Then next we have the kidneys, so there is one kidney. And the second kidney. Next we have the gallbladder. And last but not least, the pancreas. And that was the end of today's video. We hope you enjoyed playing with Play-Doh and learning about the human body, the organs and anatomy with us today. We hope to see you again next time. Bye bye! Hello, if you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications on new videos. Bye bye!